Why it's so hard for people to really understand and know what they are? Nature say, well, if you know what you are, right? Society can't teach it to you. This is why they teach us other things. They teach us society system, right? I don't care where it's from. I don't care how ancient that shit is. It's the same thing, right? You can't teach nature. Could we teach nature anything out here? You could go to that tree and tell it to grow a certain way or stop growing. Or tell it how to grow. No, we can't do that. You can't tell nature nothing. Nature does what it's supposed to do. But here you have a system put in place, right? And that system is spread like wildfire, right? Yes. Well, put it like this. Too much noise. I won't say it's noise, right? Because even the noise that we hear is to program us a certain way, to react, right? Nature don't react. We react. But we were taught to react. Now, you see it in the movies, like in horror movies, right? You hear that scary scene coming. If you pay attention to your body, you will see how your breathing goes off, right? And as your breathing goes off, what happens? The body goes into that fight or flight mode, and you feel that you're scared. But the body just released that adrenaline, right? Because of what was happening to the body at that point in time. But try this. When you watch that scary movie, pay attention to your breath and just continue taking deep breaths no matter what you hear. You'll see all that fear of scary movies just gone. It's not hard, it's simple. If I could keep you distracted, you will never be focused. Right? I had to focus. People start saying I have tunnel vision and shit like that. It's not that I have tunnel vision. I just refuse to be distracted. Right? Because that's what society is there for. If it keeps us distracted, what will happen? We can't be out here, you know what I'm saying, being what we are. No. Society teaches us that we have to become somebody. I don't need to become somebody because I am the energy. No, I'm using the language. I'm using the language against the system. I am the energy, right? We are the energy. Now, if you understand that now, look how simple it could be. If we are the energy and we choose to be that energy, because that's the only time you have a choice. Check this out. If you believe in the Bible, if you believe in the Torah, if you believe in the Quran, it don't matter. It's still a belief. If you believe you're human, if you believe you're a man, if you believe you're a woman, if you believe whatever you believe, it's still a belief. So just because you go from one belief to the next, to the next, to the next, is that really a choice? To me, that wasn't a choice. Right? So basically I was like, yo, society ain't giving people no choice. So I had to choose to know what I am. Or I should say, choose to know what we are. Right? Because I ain't no different from anybody else. I ain't no different from the plants. You see, this is why me and the plants and them rock so hard. Right? Because the energy that flows through them flows through me. Right? It flows through all of us. But due to the fact that we pull so far away from nature, right, we're experiencing a lot of conditions these days. Right? A lot of conditions. Now, let me say this and we wrap it up. Me personally, I don't care to use any of the words that they like to use, right? And words that talk about healing and what, boy? Cure and all them shits. Nah, because I know, right? And how we train is, if we are energy, the body needs to be energized. As simple as that. When you energize the body, conditions can't exist. Two things cannot take up the same place at the same time. If you look at the processed food that's out there, you could see all the things in it, right? And when it combines, what it does in the body, right? It creates buffers, because most of the food out there has a lot of plastic in them. If it's not plastic, it's stored in plastic. It's wrapped in plastic. It's sold in plastic. Plastic don't conduct. All right, plastic don't conduct. So when these buffers start taking place, this is where people experience pain and inflammation. Right? I could talk it or relate it in the energy form, but yes, we have to break it down in the societal view, right? Where pain and inflammation and you know, you need to manage pain and all this type of stuff. Pain, right? We give it a meaning. Pain equals what? Transformation. Pain is part of the fire element, right? Fire brings transformation. That's what fire brings. So when you get in pain, what do? We give you something to accelerate and energize where you feel in that pain. We don't give you pain relievers, because if I give you pain reliever, that means the pain is going to come back again, because the LIE is in relieve, right? So if you hear me saying, well, that's gonna relieve your pain, you know, yo, look at me and be like, yo, why you lying, man? Why you lying to me, bro? But I'm not lying. It is the truth, right? Because your pain will be relieved, but it will come back again, because it's straight up lie. You lying to people. We go in there, we accelerate the healing process per se. And when you accelerate that healing process, what happens? The pain is gone, because pain is a representation of transformation. What is happening in your body, or what the body is trying to do, is to transform. So it wants to get rid of all of that toxic materials inside the body, right? And once it gets rid of that, all we got to do now is give it what it needs. Right? So it's the same thing with herbs for alignment. When we going into spring, what do? We give the body what it needs. And when we give the body what it needs, you go outside, you ain't got that runny nose, you ain't got that runny eye, you ain't got all that sneezing, you ain't got none of that shit. Right? Because that shit takes you in, and once you go into that house, you don't know what you're going to leave with. Right? And when you leave now, here comes the conditions, right? So, hey, if you know anybody, right, wants to join the Herbs for Alignment webinar, right? The link in the bio. Or let's see a lot of the artists and them sharing the flyer and stuff like that. Just go in the bio and click on the link and get your ticket, and we go from there, right? We go in from there. I think that is enough, because I have to go and get ready for training right now. They're doing immunity. Now, how I had to break down this, right? To let people know that's the only thing we die from. It's a weakened immune system. We can't die from anything else but a weakened immune system. Because that's what breaking down. That is what the body, when the body is breaking down, that's what is breaking down. Your immune system is breaking down. It's failing.